Hey guys, this is Duane from BBR Motorsports. We're out here with the brand new Honda CRF110. We've got friends, family, neighbors, everybody came out whenever a new play bike's introduced. It's like a party over here. When Honda introduces a play bike, it's an event. Why is that? Let's do a little Honda history lesson here. Going all the way back to the 60s, 70s, Honda built some of the craziest bikes ever. They started with the QA50. That was the fat tired bike they saw on the back of all the RVs and motorhomes. Then they went right into the XR75. That bike all by itself, you know, made a whole play bike movement. The Z50 turned into the XR50, and that turned into the CRF50 eventually. Then they went to the XR80, CRF110. All those bikes on their own are just legends. Then there was all the race team bikes Honda did. These guys have built some of the sickest stuff in the world. The Bailey, O'Mara, Hanna bikes. Those things were handmade. Those are the same guys that are building this thing. They went right from those bikes into the whole Ricky Johnson, Jeff Stanton era. Then they built the McGrath bikes with the crazy cone pipes. They won all those supercrosses on. Then they had Carmichael and Wyndham on the first aluminum frame 4-strokes. Those things were incredible in 2000, 2004, right in there. And then all the way up to today, where you've got Kennard and Wyndham riding the latest stuff. And it's unbelievable the things that Honda has built over the years. All the way from cars, I mean the NSX, I want one of those things. The lawnmower, my lawnmower sits out by our garden shed for like a year and still starts. Honda knows how to make stuff. And the 110 is going to be no different. They build these things for 9-year-olds, but this is the bike, you know, even adults are going to want under the Christmas tree this year. We get a lot of people asking, why do the adults and pros ride the 110 so much? It's basically because they're small and they're pretty slow, the suspension's bad, so the pros use them to train on. You know, Carmichael, McGrath, Villopoto, they'll ride them to practice their corner speed. If you make a huge mistake on them, you know it instantly because you lose all of your momentum. So they'll train on these to practice, you know, keeping their speed up. And if you do make a mistake, you know it. Whereas when you're on your 450, you can make a mistake and you're not sure because you just grab a big handful of throttle. So that's why the pros and adults ride them. And they're super fun. I mean, mom, sister, cousin, everybody can ride these things. Have a good time on them. So let's talk about the Honda. This thing's been a long time in the waiting. It's incredible. We've been on it for a while now. You know, stock for stock compared to the Cowie, the Yamaha, a little bit faster than both of those. And suspension's a little bit better. When you're talking about 5 inches of suspension, they're all bad. But, you know, it seems like everything's just a little bit better. The main thing with a Honda is it has a real low, flat seat in the back. So it handles a lot better than most of these play bikes. BBR's job with these bikes, we make them fit adults and fast kids that are racing them. So the first thing that we do is usually put the Handlebar Kit on them just to raise them up. The way they come, they have small grips and really short bars for kids. So we raise everything up with our bar kit, lever, short pull throttle, just to make it a little bit more adult friendly. We do dampening rods for them that raise the front end up 1.5 inches, and we slow the compression rebound down so they're better for a little bit heavier, faster riders. In the back, we match it with the swing arm. It's 2 inches longer and raises the back 1.5 inches. And we change the shock leverage ratio just a little bit to make it stiffer. And then we top that off with stiff springs in the front, stiff spring in the rear. We kind of cater them towards the 150-pound and up crowd, but if fast kids are on them and bottoming, you're going to want those springs also. We also do the BBR D2 exhaust system. The stock pipe is super quiet, but it's really restrictive. The BBR pipe really uncorks it and lets it rev. If you need it quiet, we do the cancel core insert that gets it back to stock sound levels and still makes some good power. We do a larger carburetor. The Honda 110 comes with a 13mm carb, so the BBR one's an 18, lets it rev a bunch higher. And then we do the U-Flow filter system. It's a great big air chamber that goes in between the air filter and the carburetor, gets rid of that off-idle hiccup that they have sometimes, makes them run out a lot better. We do the aluminum rims. They come with steel rims on them, which dent and ding really easy. So BBR does the aluminum rims that are super stiff, and you can actually feel how much lighter they are when you're riding it. Skid plate, they don't come with a skid plate on them. Honda was trying to save 67 cents or something to not put a skid plate on it. I made that up. But BBR does the skid plate and keeps from bashing the cases, protects the pipe. We're working on a folding shifter. We don't quite have that done yet. Generally, we do a tall seat. That's in the works right now too. We should have that shortly. Aluminum Kickstarter. They come with a steel Kickstarter on them that's a little bit awkward. So we do our forged aluminum one that weighs about half the weight, and you get a nice long kick on it, especially once you modify the motor and they get a little bit harder to kick over. The Honda does have electric start too, but the adult seems like they always just kick it anyways, but gotta love the magic button. BBR is in the works on a whole bunch of stuff, so keep checking back at our website, www.bbrmotorsports.com, and we'll keep you filled in, but love the Honda so far. We're gonna have a blast with it, and so are you. All right, guys, that's the new Honda CRF110. Let's get Carson over here. He's pretty good on these things. He'll show you what it can do.
Let's scratch this thing up.
All right, make it happen. People don't understand just what a machine Honda is either, I don't think. They will now.